Hello and welcome back to day 2 of tearing into Mr. Leaky. Today we are going to be pulling the motor out of the parts truck and kind of doing the whole swap of getting that motor into here. Along the way we're going to do several different things, including resealing the new motor, oil pan, all the gaskets all the way around, and hopefully we'll get it back to where the new motor's in the frame today, ready for the cab to come down. Here is the parts truck we're going to be stealing parts off of. So a little backstory on it. I actually fixed this truck in the past. I ended up selling it. The new owner owned it for about 6 months. Loved the truck, had no issues with it. One of his guys ended up taking it out for a drive and this happened. Here's a few pictures of what it looked like before. So a few of the items that I did end up fixing on this truck. When I bought it from, again, an insurance auction, it had some rear end damage, nothing structural. It just needed a bed, a bumper, and a hitch receiver. Ended up to where it measured out the rear of the frame. Everything was within spec, so all it was new bed, paint matched it, threw on a new bumper, set it on its way. I ended up doing a little bit for maintenance wise, changed the oils in the axles, changed motor oil, training oil, just serviced it to get it 100% before I sent it on its way. My goal is to, whenever I sell a vehicle, I don't want to hear back anything negative. I want it to be 100% ready to go on the road. So take a look at it. This is what happened after the accident. Here's another short clip of me struggling to unbolt and unhook everything from this cab. In the accident, it did crush a lot of hoses, wires, and whatnot, so I am trying to save as much parts as possible, but with everything crushed, it is quite difficult. There is a lot more better options of ways to pull off a cab. We don't really care about this one, minus a few parts. So what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna sling it up with the Mini and we're gonna try to rip it off. We're gonna test the strength of anything I left behind not hooked up and see if it can withstand the Mini. First item that forgot to be unhooked is a coolant hose. got both our motors on our modified bench here. Take a look around and see what actually needs to happen and see what was going on before. As you can see, all this oil here, the rear main seal was leaking, which is one of the items we will be replacing on this new motor here. The original motor out of this truck is obviously an 04.5, and the motor going into it came out of a 05, so the wiring is different and several different items that we are going to swap over. We did end up stealing the alternator off the new motor for another project, so we'll be swapping that over. A couple of the covers will be going over onto the new one, and along the way we will do a complete reseal on this motor, including the rear main, front main, oil pan, the valve cover gaskets. Towards the beginning of the video, you saw that some of the return lines around the fuel filter were all chopped up, hanging on with rubber hoses and hose clamps. Well, we're trying to make it as OEM and as perfect as possible, which requires us to do a filter delete since there is a fast fuel pump on here. So here you see me reinstalling all the stock hoses minus the can for the fuel filter, and you'll see me installing this T-shaped contraption which was purchased off Amazon only because a name brand one is the exact same thing and costs 6 times the price. So all it is a pass-through for the return, and it also mounts into the stock holes where the fuel can was screwed in.
by installing the pass-through for the return line, not only will it clean up the motor bay on this side and make it look better, it will also clean up the fast fuel hoses, which will be one feed line into the injection pump and one return line, as you see there on the right. Here's a few pictures of what the fuel system looked like before and after it's installed. Also, here is a picture of the motor being reinstalled in the frame, what it looks like after it was installed. Please like and subscribe to help out with the channel and being able to fund more projects like this. Part 3 of Will It Start coming right up.